So the goal is not to do, but the goal is to become. Who can you become in the process, and who do you need to actually become in order to reach your desired destination? Hello, beautiful, divine queens. Welcome to the space. Welcome to the Conscious Freedom Movement. My name is Crystal, and I am your host here. I am a women's freedom and purpose coach. And if this is your first time here, as a women's freedom and purpose coach, I help women like you step into their CEO mindset and mind, body, and spirit. I believe there are too many of us women walking around on this earth, and we are not walking purposefully in our gifts, in our God-given gifts, in our soul mission, in our soul purpose, because there's so many societal expectations that are standing in the way. So on this channel, we really dive into identity work. We really dive into soul work, subconscious reprogramming, and all of the things that are standing in the way. We also dive into the practical tips and tools that are gonna help you identity shift into the woman that you know you are meant to become on this earth. I cannot see my camera right now, so I don't know what my hair is doing. I'm going to assume she is just in flow, okay? So have you ever been in a situation where you crave to reach this desired destination in the form of a goal, in the form of some sort of outcome that you knew if you were to get there, it would make your life significantly better or easier? Now, while it's so important to have goals, one thing that we're doing that I believe is not serving us as a collective is we're working from the outside in instead of the inside out. What I mean by this is we're chasing the goal instead of the identity. We're tapping into the processes to get to the goal instead of changing who we are and who we need to become to acquire that goal. One of the most important aspects of life is growth. And within that growth, it's about understanding who you can become in the process of attaining that very thing that you want, that desired destination. However, society teaches us the opposite. It teaches us to go to school, it teaches us to work that 9 to 5, and it teaches us to live under their expectations and their roof. It teaches us to acquire goals and acquire things, material things throughout life without really paying attention to the person that we've become along the way. I'm here to teach you the exact opposite. I'm here to teach you that it is so important to chase after that dream that is in your heart, but what is of most importance is really paying attention to who you become in the process. Because when you continue to chase things that are outside of you, it's going to continue to feel haphazard and transitory and really unfulfilling. But when you can shift into the identity of the woman that you are meant to become in the process itself feels so fulfilling because it's literally an inward journey that you're on. It's a spiritual transformation that you are under between you and your higher self, between you and your higher power that I love to call God. The reason why chasing goals and chasing things and materials becomes so haphazard and transitory is because we're trying to do it from an outdated operating system. We're trying to do it from an outdated identity that lives in a past version of you that is so uncomfortable with what the new version of you is asking of. We're trying to change the how instead of the who to get to the what, which is the goal itself. And so as the famous Albert Einstein once said, no problem can be solved in the same consciousness that created it. So the goal is not to do, but the goal is to become. Who can you become in the process, and who do you need to actually become in order to reach your desired destination? As quantum physics states, everything that you see in your mind's eye, all of the possibilities that live in your soul, in your imagination, are here right in this very moment. And because you are able to witness it within your imagination, it is a possibility that you can step into within this very moment. However, instead of chasing that actual desired destination, I'm going to teach you the most important fundamental aspect of reaching your desired destination, that goal, that vision that lives within your heart, and it is shifting at an identity level. The reason why this is so important to understand is because beliefs drive actions and actions reinforce beliefs. We are trying to change at an action level or a habitual level, which is a beautiful thing, but we cannot do that in an outdated identity and expect different results. So first and foremost, you have to shift the way you actually see yourself first. You have to ask an important question such as, who do I need to become in order to reach X, Y, and Z? After asking the very important question of who you need to become in order to reach your desired destination of that goal itself, you then need to understand the value systems and belief systems that exist within that new identity in which you need to adopt in order to reach the next level of greatness on your journey. After leaving college, I decided to embark on the journey of becoming a firefighter paramedic. In order for me to become a firefighter paramedic, of course I needed to do all of the tangible and practical things like filling out the applications and actually enrolling in school and getting the textbooks and uniforms, etc., right? But what really needed to happen in order for me to pass the test, pass the exams, in order for me to step into the role of a lifesaver, in order for me to step into this role that was so serious, in which it literally was life or death, like one mistake could be life or death, I really needed to shift my identity and the way that I saw myself. When I was in paramedic school and fire academy, I failed out so many times. So the first time I failed out in paramedic school was in cardio, which was the most intense semester, right? And so I remember failing out by 1 point. I got a 79 and I needed an 80. And when I left, I said to myself, okay, I failed out by 1 point. And while that sucks, I'm definitely gonna enroll again, but who do I actually need to become to be the woman who isn't sitting at an 80, who's sitting at a 90 or 100, who is top tier in her class, right? So yes, that required more studying time, and yes, that required more discipline and more attention to detail. But who I really needed to become was a woman that trusted herself. Who I needed to become was a woman who was consistent and disciplined and focused. Who I needed to become was a woman who trusted that if I say no to the external world and if I say no to external validation, I have enough confidence and conviction in myself to validate myself. So I ended up passing paramedic school and it was wonderful. Then you have to go into fire academy in order to become a firefighter paramedic in the state of Florida. And so I went to fire academy 3 times. This is abnormal. People don't do that. I failed out the first time because I had too much on my plate. I failed out again. And then the 3rd time is when I finally passed. Now, mind you, fire academy is extremely intense. You're wearing 100 pounds of extra gear every single day for 6 months straight. So not only did I do that for 6 months, but I did that for almost 2 years. And the 2nd time I failed out, I said the same thing. Who do I actually need to become right now? Yes, I am this woman who is one of the only women in this class. I'm already strong physically, right? I'm able to do this book work. I'm able to do the intensives, etc. But there's a key part that's missing here. It's who do I actually need to become in this moment? There were times I would walk into fire academy and I would feel inferior because I was in a room full of men, and many times I was the only woman. And so that was a subconscious program that was running within my mind, which was I'm not good enough for this and that I'm not cut out for this. And so that story was actually the thing that was running the show. And so once I realized that, I realized, okay, I have to actually switch my identity in order to become the woman who passes fire academy and excels. Not only did I switch my identity to a woman that was confident and knew that she belonged there, I still have the record for the fire department in the air consumption drill, which no one's gonna wanna talk about, but it's fine. You and I know. It's really about honing in on those belief systems and value systems that exist within that new identity. So I want to ask you, what is the goal that you are after? Whatever that goal is, I want you to ask yourself, what belief system does this identity hold? What values is she grounded in, right? So let's say that you want to become the healthiest version of yourself. Yes, of course. Go get the new workout clothes, go sign up for the gym membership, maybe even get a personal trainer. You can change your nutrition, do whatever you need to do in the external world. But in this process, I really want the external rewards to be just that. They are just the cherry on top. The magnificence that comes from this is really you. You are the story. You are the reward. You are the woman. You are the woman for the job. And you are the very thing that you are looking for. The goal itself and reaching the desired destination is such a beautiful aspect of the journey, but what we're really looking for here when we set out to achieve these magnificent goals in this world is really a deeper part of ourselves and our souls that we know we are capable of meeting. When you're going out on this journey to, let's say, become the healthiest version of yourself, I want you to understand in the back of your mind that who you're really looking for is you. And she's standing in front of you and she's with you at all times. It's really about digging deeper into your soul and seeing who you can become in the process. And I know that I keep repeating this, but that is the mission of identity work. That's truly the mission and the purpose behind chasing after these goals. The goals are just what they are. But who can you become in the process? How can your soul evolve in the process? What level of consciousness can you reach in the process? You see what I'm getting at? So now that you've done the inner work and you really asked yourself the important questions of who can I become in this process? What are the values that this woman is grounded in? And what are the beliefs that I'm holding on to, right? What are the beliefs that are driving these actions? You then get to do the fun part of conditioning your identity through your own experience. And the way we do that is through our habits. It's a beautiful thing to understand and recognize who you want to become in the process, but now you have to reinforce that woman. You reinforce that woman's belief systems and values through your habits, because thoughts create belief systems create feelings, and feelings create behavior. So in order for you to be aligned in your behavior, your thoughts, your belief systems, and your feelings, your values, need to be in line. But in order for everything else to feel concrete, you then have to act in alignment with that identity through your habits, through your everyday decisions and your choices. So let's take health, for example, once again. So let's say you're a woman who wants to quit smoking. As a woman who wants to quit smoking, some of the identity work that you need to do is to change the way you see yourself. A woman who is a smoker versus a woman who is a non-smoker. What are the values of this woman who does not smoke? What are the belief systems of this woman who does not smoke? And then how is she acting in accordance with her values and beliefs in the real world? Think about it like this. The reinforcement of your identity is built in the processes or the pathway to getting to your desired goal, desired destination. So let's take health, for example, once again. The identity that you have crafted is a woman who is healthy. Maybe she values health, she values nutrition, she values feeling energetic and vital in her own body. And her belief systems are, I am the healthiest version of myself. I am the strongest version of myself. And so her habits are going to be in alignment with those values and belief systems and not the other way around. So let's think about it in reverse. Let's say you only go after the goal of health. So you change everything in the external world, but your belief system is still saying, you know what? I'm actually not the healthiest version of myself. I am unworthy of being the healthiest version of myself. And my value system is really comfort over discipline. So do you see how this can actually cause a lot of turmoil within our mind, body, and soul? Do you see how we can then step into a space of guilt and victimhood if we don't change the identity first and we only focus on external validation or our external goals? The identity change must come first in order for you to see true progress on a soul level, first and foremost, and then in the external world. So as we bring this video to a close, the last thing I want to say is, in order for you to achieve extraordinary results, it has to start with small wins each and every day. I adopted this new mindset of 1% better every single day is what I'm after. 1% better every single day can be working out for 30 minutes a day instead of going hard on a Monday and working out for 3 hours and then skipping the rest of the week. We really want to focus on small wins because those small wins are going to show your identity, your new identity, that yes, I can do this. Yes, I am worth this. Yes, I am disciplined. And yes, I am focused. And again, it's not so much about the goal, but it is about your values, your belief systems that shape your identity. It is about unleashing the magnificent woman that lives deep within your soul and allowing her to come forth, giving yourself permission to be the best version of yourself possible. So let me ask you, who are you deciding to be today? What does this new identity look like? What are her values? What are her beliefs? And what actions does she take in the real world? Comment below, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And if this material resonates with you, I kindly ask that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, ladies. Remember that the freedom that you seek starts from within. Mwah.